Hello, everybody. September 21st, Saturday. I got my first ever Tops Now order in, and I thought I would just open this live on camera so you could get a feel for what the packaging is like and what it looks like when it comes, in case you have never got one. And then we'll talk a little bit about why I waited so long to get one of these and the significance of this player or this moment or what have you. Give me a second. So it's really well packaged, which is what you would expect from a major company like Topps, hopefully. Okay, we got through the first layer. Heavy padded envelope, additional padding. Here's an invoice. I won't show you that because it'll kind of ruin it. Bubble wrap. I'll be reusing this. I reuse as much as I can. So this is really nice, very classy, nicely done, sealed in a black envelope. If you've got these before, this is probably very boring to you, but here we go. So this is the very first major issue. Well, I shouldn't say that. First card issued of Kyle Lewis since appearing in the major leagues. So who is Kyle Lewis? He was the Mariners' #1 draft pick in 2016. He was 11th overall from Mercer University, which is in Georgia. And the reason why he's kind of significant to me is because he was first called up. Sorry, I should have done more prep for this video, and I'm really tongue-tied today. After he was drafted, he started his pro career in Everett, which is the minor league team that I frequent. And in 2016, I went to a lot of games. So here's the back of this. We'll read that in a minute. As I was saying, I went to a lot of games in 2016, and it's always cool to see the #1 draft pick come through there. Sometimes we don't get to. I'm trying to think. A couple years ago, Sam Carlson got hurt. Last year, Logan Gilbert, he got sick right after he got drafted. He got mono, so he didn't come through. Evan White was around for about 2 weeks, and he got injured. So this year, George Kirby, he was there all year, which was cool. But Lewis was obviously a significant player. He won the Golden Spikes Award, which, if you don't know, is the top collegiate player. So anyway, Lewis played about 30 or 40 games with Everett in 2016, and he was just getting super hot, super hot. His average was climbing every day. I was watching his OPS. He was just about to crack 900, which I was excited about. And in kind of a fluke home plate collision, in which I think the catcher didn't give him a proper lane. He tore his ACL and a couple other things in his knees. He spent the next 2 years, were partial seasons because he was rehabbing and trying to get better. This year, the Mariners started him out in Double-A. Just let's see what he can do. He's fully healthy. And he didn't perform, like a superstar. If you look at the numbers, you're not going to be blown away. But September rolled around. They thought, let's call him up. He's getting a little older, see what he can do. And he's homered in 6 of his first 10 games. And he's only the 4th player to homer in 6 of his first 10 games. So I'm going to name the others, and you tell me what they have in common. So here are the other 3 players to homer in 6 of their first 10 games. Aquino from Cincinnati, Austin Riley from the Braves, and Jordan Alvarez from the Astros. So what do these guys have in common other than homering 6 of their first 10 games? Kyle Lewis, Aquino, Austin Riley, and Jordan Alvarez. If you said they all began their careers this year, these are all 2019 debuts, you are correct. What does that tell us about the sport we love so much? Well, we already know the home run is just ridiculous. Uh, Part of the reason I say that is because Lewis isn't really necessarily a home run hitter. And here he is, just every night he's just crushing it. So he debuted on the 10th, and I immediately went the next day to Topps.com because I wanted to get his first card after appearing in the show, and it wasn't there. They didn't make one. I thought, well, I just thought they made a debut card for everybody. That's what I had thought. So the next day, and if you watch my video, I think I'm opening this box on September 11th. And I said I was depressed and not feeling good. There was a lot going on, and part of it was the Mariners were getting no hit. So I opened that box. I go to upload my video. I have the game on in the background. And Kyle Lewis, in his second game then, on September 11th, hits the grand slam. And then he homered the next night. So he homered his first 3 games. So this was printed after his second game. They finally thought, well, let's make a Topps Now card of him. So luckily I went back and checked, because if you do these at all, you know they are only available for 24 hours. So Kyle Lewis, and down here it says call up, has the date here. Home run breaks up no marks second home run in 2 MLB game. And as I said, he ended up going 3 consecutive in a row. With Sonny Gray dominating the Mariners, with Sonny Gray dominating the Seattle Mariners with 6 no-hit innings, Kyle Lewis came to the plate with 2 runners on. I guess it was a 3-run shot. Okay. The rookie clubbed his second home run in as many games, a 3-run shot, breaking up the no-hit bid and giving the Mariners 3-0 lead. The clutch homer helped lead the team to a 5-3 win over the Cincinnati Reds. And I have to just keep my reading glasses handy from now on for these videos, because when I want to look at the backs of cards, it's not working out for me. So as I stated before, I got to go to many games in 2016. I was just super into getting autographs then, even of minor leaguers. And I went every chance I could. So the home opener, he had, like a lot of these guys, there's nothing of them to get signed other than what you bring and print off. So here's one of the customs I was doing at the time. And it just says Kyle Lewis first round. Mariners logo in the background. And I jacked the picture from the internet. And that was actually taken at Safeco Field. He was leaning up against the dugout. And a lot of these high round draft picks, after they're drafted and they signed, they kind of give them a tour of the ballpark and let them take BP. And that's when that picture was taken. So it was probably about 2 days before I printed this and got it signed. And that was his very first signature, his early signature. And you'll notice on these other ones I show you, he has his number. He added his number. And this one he did not, because he knew the number that he was given wasn't going to be permanent, I think. Because he was like 8 or something for the first couple games. And then I went back maybe 2 days later and got a ball. So there you see is I used to say KYHL5, which is what it looks like. Early autograph there. And incidentally, this ball is really weird. It's like slightly bigger than other balls, even though it's official Major League ball. I never figured out how that happened, but that's probably not going to stay where I want it to. Whatever. Okay, you're over there. You're in timeout. Okay. And I have a few other things here. These were TTM. 2 more. And he has TTM'd off and on. And what's funny is he's really strict, 1 per in person. He will not sign more than 1. He doesn't do inscriptions. If you ask for golden spikes, he just says no. He's polite about it. But he'll do more than 1 through the mail when he signs through the mail. It just seems so strange to me. So there's 2 more. And the team set came out after his injury. This particular year, the team set didn't come out until like a week before the season ended, which was ridiculous. And by then he was injured weeks and weeks before that. So he was back in Georgia or whatever, rehabbing or recovering from surgery. So this one, I believe I had somebody I believe I can sign this and had someone get this for me. I didn't want to stick it in the mail and chance not getting it back. So, but the exact same signature as his TTM, at least on this day, are very similar. So that's it for Kyle Lewis and my review of Topps Now. I highly recommend if you see something pop up, maybe your team clinches, not my team, but maybe your team. Somebody gets a cool debut, somebody that you followed or you really like, consider doing it. So basically the card's $10, and I didn't get charged for shipping. I did get charged for taxes because I live in the great state of Washington. But Topps really does it up with the packaging, and this envelope's really cool. So anyway, hopefully he gets some awesome rookie cards next year. I imagine he will, especially with the hot start and everything. I don't expect it to continue. This is not someone that's going to hit 40 or 50 homers next year. But anyway, he's fun to watch, and he's just a cool guy. Oh, and I forgot my bobblehead. You've probably seen it here in the background. This, I believe they released, I want to say it came out the next year. So 2017 SGA Stadium giveaway. And I made sure to get there and get in line. A couple of years ago, it's 2019 now. In it must have been 2018 before the year, they were doing the caravan, which is where players go around to schools and stuff and sign autographs. And I had a chance to get this signed, and I ended up taking something else. I forget what it was. I think it was a Bowman I was getting for somebody. Anyway, and I saw people there getting the pedestal signed or his helmet, and I sort of wish now I had done that. But anyway, Kyle, what do you think about your great start? You like it too? All right, well, I like it. And I like Topps Now. I'll definitely consider doing this again if it's got to be just the right situation, kind of something like this. But I like Topps Now and Kyle Lewis. So until later, see you next time.